Brownie, you wanna go outside, boy? You wanna go outside, boy? Little cow cow. Meow.
What's up, guys? So, what's going on, you guys? So, what's going on, you guys?
What's going on, everybody?
Yo, what's up, guys? Oh, shit. What's up, guys? Tom's Honda's here, and welcome back. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back.
Alright, guys, what's going on? Tom's Honda's here, and welcome back.
What is going on, you guys? We made it. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Tom Honda's here. So, what's up, everybody? Tom Honda's in the house, right? You feel it?
Yes, sir.
Tom Honda's is in the rough.
Yeah. Just good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And today we're gonna work on my buddy's EM2. We have exhaust issues and brake issues. So did a little diagnosing already, but on the EM2, it's hard to see, but right there is our brake proportioning valve, and we'll get underneath the car and I'll show you guys. But the rear brake lines are not looking too hot. I got the new manifold gasket on there and the manifold back on. All right, so I want to show you guys some of the stuff that we got. Check it out. Instead of making new hard lines and stuff, we decided to try this kit out. So I think it will work. And then we also got ourselves an oil change and obviously some brake fluid, as well as we got basically a whole new exhaust. We got ourselves this, I guess, downpipe. I'm not even sure what to call it, but nice little piece. My concerns are, this looks huge. It doesn't look like it's a 1-inch flange or 1 1/4 inch flange. This kind of looks like a 2-inch flange. And yeah, I mocked it up on the car, and this section here seems to be way too long. So I don't know if there's an aftermarket header that's supposed to go to it or not, but the factory header, this header has a cat built into it, so there's no separating pieces from it. So we're gonna have to see about that. I don't think we'll be able to use that without maybe getting the top piece of the manifold or something. So that might have to wait, but we're gonna start getting these brake lines going. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So we're underneath here. I want to show you guys the proportioning valve. So as you can see, now that we're down here, we could get a way better look. And you can see these top two here are pretty nasty looking and they're wet. You can see that there. So this top left is the driver's side rear brake, and then the guy right next to him is the passenger side rear brake line. So those are the two we're going to be replacing. Then this guy on the far left that doesn't look too good either is our passenger side front brake line. And then this guy right here on the top right, on the top right is our driver's side brake line. And then the two bottom go up to the brake master cylinder right up there. I believe this side's the front and this is the rear. I'm not sure. I only looked at the brake lines and where they run. So I'm gonna cut those brake lines out of the way, give us some room for the new lines, and we will get started on running the new stuff. So yeah guys, stay tuned, and let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, so also with that manifold situation, basically it comes down too far where that pipe wants to, it's a little hot because I just ran the car, but that pipe wants to sit up in here quite a bit. It wants to like wrap around the oil pan and stuff. Everything else seems to match with the hanger and so forth. So looks like we're gonna have to look into that. Might not get an exhaust done today. And we're gonna have to look into this oil drain plug bolt because I don't know what the fuck this thing is. So interesting little car. All right, so I'll pick it up when the old brake lines are getting removed and so forth. So yeah. Okay, with this kit, you're gonna be with this kit. Well, with this. Sorry, everybody. With this kit, you're going to want a 9/16 wrench, socket, whatever you're going to be using. This side is 11 millimeter, and then for this side, it's a 1/2 inch. So those are the tools you'll need to install the line. So I'm gonna go ahead, get under there, run the line, and yeah. All right, so I got our fittings in. Now it's time to run the line. Now, I got the rear tires off here, and I haven't done anything in the back yet, but that's because I didn't want it to be messy yet. So what I plan on doing, since it's kind of tight on there, I'm gonna run this 90 on top, and then I'm going to have this line come back and kind of swoop up into it. So I'm gonna bring you guys down under there. Sorry guys. Sorry guys, I don't have a tripod yet, but I do have this little handheld stick, the selfie stick. Now keep in mind everybody, you're going to want to brake clean all of this stuff that's so all this brake fluid that's leaking down and around, brake fluid is very like erosive, or I don't know the proper terms for it, but this stuff will eat like everything away, and we don't want that. So I am gonna brake clean everything in the end, but as you guys can see, we got both our fittings in there. They're nice and tight, and yeah, so now, like I said, the top left is the driver side rear brake line. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that first. And I do suggest running them one at a time, so you don't get confused. So I'll do that, and I'll show you guys the product, what it looks like. Woo! All right, guys. So we're under here. We got the proportioning valve side done. As you guys can see, it's tightened up. I did spray it down. It's all dry. And try to show you guys. I decided to run it by where the old lines went. And as you guys can see, it's all tucked up nice and neat. So if we decide to throw some coilovers in this thing, we're gonna be good. I have it running over there, running over to that side, And yeah, man, now it's time to hook it up to the actual brake drum. And yeah, so let's get over there. Whew. Sorry about the music, y'all. I was just listening to rap music. Anywho, we're out from underneath the car. Now I realize the music kind of ruined the clip. Hopefully YouTube doesn't hate me for that, but here we go. So, like I said, I was gonna try and use the 90-degree side, but while I was under there, I was having issues trying to get it to hook up right. But I was able to use the straight fitting. It ran nicely. Make sure that it doesn't hit, it's hard to see down there, but make sure it doesn't hit your tie rods or get in the way. I ran it nicely, swooping down towards the underside of the car. Have it run up, and I'll zip tie it to the brake hose, and then have it come up and in, and we'll make that nice. Now, I'll give you guys some tips. So if you're struggling here, brush of whatever, even if you use a toothbrush, because as you guys can see in here, there's some dirt and grime in there, and you don't want that going in your brake fluid. I'm gonna grab a brush, get that cleaned up, maybe spray a little PB Blaster or WD-40 or something on there. What you guys can also do, since we're completely replacing this line, you could just snip it and try and snip it down towards the bolt and get a socket slid over there and get a ratchet on there, and man, it'll make it way easier. Also, you know, if you're reusing your brake lines, let's say, before you go and crack that nut, you know, you can use an open end wrench, you know, they're very nice and useful, but you really want to get the, I forget what they call them, but you want to get the flared version, you know. It kind of has, it's an actual like brake line tool, you know. It kind of wraps around. Get yourself a pair of vice grips and make sure that they're the straight edge ones, not curved, because then you'll run the chance of stripping it still. But with the straight edge, you know, you want to get it on there perfectly along with the nut, you know, right on the flat edge. Get it nice and tight and try and crack it. And usually it works every time for me. You crack it, and then you're able to grab your flare nut wrench or your open end wrench and get in there and undo it nicely, and it'll come apart like butter. Now in this scenario, we're doing away with our old brake lines, so I'm just gonna chop it away. So just like I said, cut it there. And when you go to cut the line, make sure you try and like pinch it off, because then you'll close the brake line. So any existing fluid shouldn't really come out. And try and cut it as flush to the nut as possible. I'm sorry guys, I know it's hard, but it's cut as flush as I can get it. And then just grab a socket, and what I kind of do, I kind of wiggle it back and forth while pushing it down, and as you guys seen, it just pushed in and locked in. So you know you're not going to strip it out as long as everything goes well. I'm using a 1/4 inch set, so I'm really not going to apply that much pressure. You know, take your time, take it nice and easy, and you guys will get it done. So gonna crack that loose, take our new fittings, put them in, and we'll get our lines hooked up. Then we'll head on to the other side and get that done. Then it's time to bleed the brakes, man. So let's go. Okay, everybody. So this is how the driver side's looking. Came out really nice. Very easy, simple kit. We got the lines ran. Now we gotta bleed the brakes. What I chose to do for this side, I forgot, I have a head mount, and if you guys haven't seen yet, I posted some driving videos. So if you guys enjoy those, leave a like, comment on it, and yeah. And if you guys also like me helping out some of my friends and family, fixing up stuff, also give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. So let's get under this thing. Okay, we're underneath the car, and as you guys can see, we got it going from the front all the way to the back. Now, as you guys can see, I decided to be on the e-brake cable, also to the old brake lines, and I have the passenger side come up, and it from factory runs, can't see up in there, but it runs on top of the gas tank, and then we come out and we follow the e-brake cable, man, all the way through. So there you guys have it. Same with the driver's side, come through, follow. I chose to go around inside, and we're not anywhere near this rear control arm, so it should be good. Swoops through, goes right out there. Looking good, looking neat. And yeah, let's get these brakes bled. I want to start from the furthest away. So the furthest away is the passenger side rear. Then you'll do the driver's side rear. Then you do the passenger side front. Then you bleed the driver's side front. All right, what's going on, you guys? So we're back. Of course, New York weather in the freezing cold. Let's see how cold it is. It is 31 degrees, so really not that bad. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock, so definitely it's gonna start getting colder. But we're here with the EM2 here. Basically, I left the video off where I ran the lines, trying to bleed them, ran into with the brake master not wanting to cooperate. Finally, that kind of self-bled after letting us sit. It's gonna be hard to see, but basically our passenger front line blew. Someone put in 3 unions into this thing, and basically I think they might have messed up. You can see here, this is the fitting that I pulled out, and you could see the threads are like gone. So I think someone tried to get the line out, but then something wasn't right, so they retightened it in there or something. Right off the proportion valve, the line was junk. Blew a hole in it, lost all the fluid I put in it, and we stripped the proportioning valve. So with a little bit of time and patience, finally we got a new proportion valve in. All the threads look nice. So now the fun part is getting underneath there, trying to get the rest of the lines back out. Hopefully I could get this in and we could get this EM2 back going down the road ASAP, because my grandpa's pissed that our old tractor is outside, let me tell you. And yeah, today is January 28th, so the mini me swap video just launched, so hopefully you guys check that out. I spent a lot of time trying to edit that and put that together, so hopefully you enjoy it. Leave some feedback on there and I'll gladly make another video, as I have a bit more knowledge now than I did when I was doing the swap. And yeah, so with that all being said, since I like to ramble a lot, say so and a bunch of other stupid words, I'm gonna try and get to work on this puppy. So I'll be back. What is up, everybody? So here we are, man. Today is Today is February 5th, man, and we still have this EM2 here. So the homie came through with the new proportion valve. I pulled the rear fittings off, got them set up on there already. Basically got another brake line to go ahead and replace the passenger side brake line. But the issue is getting the lines out of the old proportion valve. I ended up cutting the brake lines. All right, so as you guys can see, a bunch of brake lines are out of the car. So, sorry. My cousin came by. I helped him out with his Ford Fusion. I get a little weirded out when I'm like making a YouTube video and someone's around. But, you know, we'll work on that. I made 2 new front brake lines, driver side and passenger. Then, if you guys remember, we ran the rear lines back there as well. So in total, we got like 5 brand new lines. So it's a little dark down here, but we got our feed line coming in, feed line coming in. We got our driver side line in. We got our passenger side line in for the front. Then we got our passenger rear, passenger front ran. As you guys can see, the rear line's going that way. Got some going up that way. Now, I tried to get the proportion valve bolts out, but as you guys can see, man, this car is pretty crusty and the bolts were pretty stuck. Like I was trying to use the 1/4 inch so that I didn't strip anything, but I tried the 3/8 and they budged, but it felt like it broke or something. It did not feel right. So what I'm gonna do is, I mean, it's pretty solid as is. I was gonna run a zip tie like right by it, but you know, I'm gonna zip tie it to like the bracket here, around there, maybe to the hose there. Everything should work fine. Holy crap. It's cold out here, man. It's not bad for New York, but man, my toes are frozen. I'm stuck. So it's not how I wanted it to go, but the customer wants his car. He just wants this car on the road, daily driving, like, you know, he just wants it to run and drive. So the next thing is going to be getting the exhaust back on there. I don't know if I'm going to record that, so if I don't, let me stop there because we need to bleed the brakes, make sure that's all working. I'm going to try and keep you guys tagged along, but we'll see what happens. All right, everybody. So I went ahead, went around the whole car, bled the brakes out. I have no leaks. The brake pedal feels way better than it did, but to me it still seems a little weird or something. Who knows how long this brake master cylinder was ran without fluid, so maybe that might have to be changed. Got that all done. Everything's bled. Checked it like 4 times. Seems good. And then I also went ahead and I got the exhaust back on, man. So there we go. Gaskets in there, new bolts are in there. This EM2 is crazy, bro. Like there's one hanger here, and then there's like a triple hanger back there, and then you got the muffler holding 2. Like this shit's just hanging out down here, but that's how it comes from the factory, man. So there's a little hole where the O2 sensor goes. I guess this car has like 3 of them, so that might be a little noisy, but also I guess the previous owner was thinking like all the cats were clogged up or something. We had that aftermarket exhaust, but that thing was, yeah, it just didn't seem to fit up right. And then we couldn't figure out a little pipe from the original header to the rest of the exhaust. So I just told him, you know, let's run this old one, let's see what happens. I mean, at least the car is running and driving, right? So here we go. Let's fire this thing up, man. Woo. Yeah, bro. Yo, this thing is acting really weird right now. Yo, bro, the fucking RPM gauge is not even working. Like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, from the sounds, she's quiet. You guys can see right there, there's a little exhaust leak in the header right there. That one though, that's where the other O2 sensor goes. Holy shit. Alright, sorry for all the noise, but I got all the brakes bled and everything, but I think the brake master cylinder is bad. Still seems there's like a little bit of brake, but it still seems like there's no brakes at all. I bled the whole system. There's no leaks. The lines are practically all brand new besides one. So I'm not too sure. It's basically done. I got the exhaust on. The car seems to be running-ish. When it was up in the air, I tried connecting my scan tool to the car and it would not work at all. My grandpa just got home, that's why I like cut the video. I tried my computer on his car and the new Civic and it worked fine. So I think there's something wrong with that car. It is pretty rough. I would say it's a jalopy. But it's currently running. I'm about to put air in all the tires, and I mean, I did everything I could do. So yeah, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it was a little random, all over the place, but I know it was a little random and all over the place. Not much I could do, but hopefully you guys enjoyed doing a little something different, still Honda related. And yeah guys, woo! As always, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button, man, for more of that Honda shit, you know? And yeah, man, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.